cultivating community is not easy. It's not easy. And being a part of something that is like a real legitimate solution, just being able to provide that like pure food. And people can do anything that they want to do. So the reality of growing resourcefully is it's not hard work, but you have to work hard.
At base, I think local food is appealing because food has become impersonal. You ask a kid, where does your food come from? And they'll say Safeway. So what that means is that they don't understand, and we're encouraged not to understand, that food entails a basic relationship, which is again one reason why knowing your farmer allows you to know your food. For one thing, you can meet the person who grew your food and ask them what procedures they followed, what chemical fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, if any, were applied. Because I think viscerally people understand that they don't want to eat something that is laced with chemicals. But consistent with increasing monoculture and the investments necessary to make monoculture profitable, then pesticide use becomes itself a strategic necessity. But community gardens and efforts such as Grub here in Chico has a great deal of potential that has yet to be realized. Not just locally here where we live, but regionally and nationally and globally. I think the local food movement is just beginning to get to a point where it can really make a difference in people's lives.
GRUB stands for Growing Resourcefully, Uniting Bellies, and the goal is education, garden education, food education. It's really based around your local community.
GRUB started in 2007, and we started with little gardens, and we then started a 2-acre plot. We wanted to really do something that was going to approach the problem with a solution rather than just approach the problem with more problems. And so we decided that learning to grow food would be a really good solution. Chico is a really great place for growing food. I mean, we have a great climate. We have plenty of water, groundwater, and we have amazing, amazing soil.
The quality of the soil here is dark and it is moist, and we could just walk over there right now and take a shovel and just delve it in a little bit, and you will just see earthworms in there. There are so many bugs and critters. It is like our soil is alive.
In my opinion, the most important thing GRUB does is the GRUB Cooperative, which is the intentional community situation. There's the GRUB Education Program, which is the nonprofit, and then there's the GRUB CSA farm. And I think a strong goal is to be able to offer support to anyone that wants to grow food in this area.
Our thing is about food and growing food. And as far as we all live together in the house, everybody puts in $20 a week in for food. The food that we don't grow, like, you know, the major staples and stuff, like grains and whatnot. And then we all cook together, and we have meetings once a week, and yeah, so that's kind of how we live. And everybody that lives here has different roles in what they do in GRUB. My project is the organic farm, and out here we do about 5 acres of vegetables. We grow a lot of things that are like sort of heritage heirloom varieties. They like are not grown. We grow like 40 different varieties of tomatoes that like you can't find in stores. We grow parsnips that no one knows what they are, but they're falling in love with. We grow a lot of things that are really unusual. And we started something called a CSA. A CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. Right now we have 50 people that are a part of it, but then when the season gets going on strong, we usually have about 80 people that sign up. And that's where people pay us every single month, and then they come every week to pick up their vegetables. It's a really good way for them to get in touch with where they're getting their food from, and it's a good way also to cut out a middle person. Say you go buy your food at like Safeway or a store, they're paying us direct.
For the education program side of GRUB, we had the opportunity to go into quite a few different preschools where we went in and actually helped assess their space and then provide them with a garden, and then we went in and did weekly lessons with the children.
I've been working with kids for, I think it's about 5 years now. We were called out by the Boys and Girls Club and a preschool to come garden with their kids, and from that it's flourished since. Stephanie wrote a grant that got us into 10 more preschools, and one of our goals was to get children to try new vegetables, and when they see their peers eating straight from the garden, they think it's gross, but once they see how much the other kids are loving it, then they start realizing that they're missing out, and so it becomes more common for them to eat.
It's an important thing to connect children with food. It was amazing in the gardens to watch children go up and just pick raw spinach and eat it and love it. And so to see them nurturing their bodies in that sense, and the learning opportunities that are available when you're outdoors and experiencing it, is amazing.
We also sell at farmers market. Well, the day before is the most work, because the day before we do all the harvest, and then we have to put it all in, pack up truck. The harvest takes a long time, the prep takes a long time, and then the next morning I get up at 6 o'clock and set up market by 7. But it's just always really busy and just chatting with people and catching up with folks and selling vegetables. And we've been very, very, very well received. Everyone's taken us in very open arms, and not just the education program, but the CSA. And like anything Grub's doing, everybody's really happy about it, because I think it is solution oriented.
I think it's really important for people at all ages to be able to get their hands dirty and to get access to really fresh, healthy food. And I think it's really important for all of us to be connected to the land and to our food, because it's so important.